Hello all you Monster Jam fans here today getting ready to watch this amazing show from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. We are ready to meet your Monster Jam drivers that will be competing tonight for the overall event championship. We are getting ready for an amazing night. NRG Stadium has been the host to many amazing Monster Jam moments over its career. Last time we saw a lot of these drivers was in the All-Star Challenge, but up here is Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. He is coming out first because he was your winner of the Racing Championship in the first night in the All-Star Challenge and the Freestyle Championship. Ryan Anderson on the track and a long-time Monster Jam veteran and quite possibly the best Monster Jam driver in history. Next up here we have your two-wheel skills champion of Monster Jam World Finals 20. It is Tom Meents in Max D Fire.
2019 World Finals two-wheel skills champion, Tom Meents, Max D Fire.
Here he comes onto the track with the menacing orange and red Monster Jam machine. One of the most beautiful Monster Jam trucks on the track, right there. Next up, it is the captain of Team Ice. From the All-Star Challenge, it is Scott Buto in Ice El Toro Loco, the winning team from the All-Star Challenge. These new intro styles are so much fun, getting to meet some of the top-level drivers that will be competing tonight, getting the fans the ability to meet them. He's matching up, blowing smoke in Tom Meents' face. He beat him last weekend, and here he is in Houston. Then we have Brodozer. This is Colt Stevens. He is the hometown driver getting ready to represent Team Brodozer in Houston. His hometown show, he is getting ready to tear it up. This is the track that the Yellow Tour will be driving on next year. It's just blue because that's what it is in tonight's show. So now we get ready to meet the rest of the drivers that will be competing here tonight. There are a lot of great competitors that will be taking racing, two-wheel skills, and freestyle on tonight. They have been battling all year long and are on the road to Monster Jam World Finals 21 in Orlando, Florida. It may only be October, but that World Finals will be upon these drivers before they know it, and we are getting already prepared to see that event, and these drivers need to make the best impressions they can from right now. Every show is so important for all these drivers because it is always important to get the fans on your side. NRG Stadium, we are about to begin this amazing show tonight, so are you ready? Monster Jam is right around the corner. Houston, this is Monster Jam! So let's meet the contenders. In today's show that we haven't already met, we have Cynthia Gauthier, Monster Mutt Dalmatian Ice, Adam Anderson, Gravedigger, Stephen Thompson, and The Rob Ryan Show. Ryan Anderson, Son of a Digger, is already on the track. Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken. Matt Pagliarulo in Jester. Richie Yatsko in Storm Damage. Scott Puto, El Toro Loco Ice. Colt Stevens in Brodozer. Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Brandon Hahn in Whiplash. Tom Mentz in Max D. Tyler Duke in Monster Energy. And Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. This is going to be an amazing night tonight. We've got some great competitors that will be on the track. And we are so close to starting the racing competition tonight here in Houston. This is such an impressive lineup today. It seems like every show we get better. So as you see there, full credit goes to Monster Jam Lord. You can check him out. Link will be in the description for his video. But we are here getting ready for racing. This is America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses Racing here tonight in Houston. All of these drivers are going to go head to head trying to win the racing competition. There were two drivers who got a berth into round 2 that they picked from the drivers meeting. Those two drivers won't have to deal with the round 1 competitors. They will have an automatic leap into the next round. And the remaining 12 drivers have to go head to head trying to fight their way through the entire field of trucks. In this very first race, representing the 2007 racing style of track we haven't seen in so long. In the right lane, it's a man who was driven on this track so many times from back in the day. It's Tom Mentz and Max D. Fire. And in the left lane, it is Nick Pagliarulo in his first time in a Chicago-style track in Kraken. Tom Mentz pulling ahead early, but this is a closer race than most anticipated. And crossing the line first is Tom Mentz in Max D. Next up here we have Todd the Duke in Monster Energy taking on Matt Pagliarulo in the turquoise Jester. Todd the Duke has never ran on this exact track, neither has Matt Pagliarulo, so this could provide for an interesting matchup here. Todd the Duke had transmission issues last week in Las Vegas and he runs into the turning tire. But it doesn't matter, he crosses the line first. But it doesn't matter, that is going to take off his time, and Jester is your winner. Next up here we have Cynthia Gauthier in Monster Mutt Dalmatian Ice taking on Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. And Ryan Anderson hits the turning tire. And Cynthia Gauthier is going to pull ahead. And it looks like Cynthia Gauthier is going to knock down Ryan Anderson in round 1, who hits another turning tire. So Ryan Anderson all over the place on a track he's never raced on before. Next up here we have Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid taking on Colt Stevens in Brodozer. Colt Stevens in his hometown show would love nothing more than to get a win on this track. Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid and Colt Stevens both have never driven on this type of track. But it doesn't matter, Camden Murphy flying ahead into the next round. Brodozer will have to sit it out until 2-wheel. Next up we have Brandon Hahn and Whiplash taking on Stephen Thompson in the Rob Ryan Show. Again, neither of these drivers drove on this type of track back in the day. So it's interesting to see how they will fare. But it looks like, and it will be, Stephen Thompson in the Rob Ryan Show moving on. Next up here in round number 1, this is the final race of round 1. In the right lane, representing the Bad to the Bone Black and Green Wrecking Machine, it's Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. In the left lane, Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior has a difficult matchup against a guy who has driven on this style track before. Adam Anderson should have an edge based on comfort level on this kind of track. For those of you who don't remember, this is the track that ran in years up to 2007 and including 2007, but they started in the middle of the track, went all the way around and did a Chicago style track style after that. Adam Anderson has a bit of an edge on this track just because of his former knowledge of it, but he hits the turning tire, but it doesn't matter, it will not end his night. Bryce Kenny is not able to get the win. Adam Anderson's moving on. Up next, we have a battle of the team captains from the All-Star Challenge. It's Tom Benson, Max D, taking on Scott Buto in the Ice El Toro Loco. Mentz again has driven on the track before. Buto, this is a little before his time. So you have to expect Tom Mentz to be well poised to win on this track, and so far that is paying off. He's moving on to the semifinals as Team Fire knocks down Team Ice. Up next we have Cynthia Gauthier and Monster Mutt Dalmatian Ice taking on Matt Pagliarulo in Chester. They have the green and they are off. This track is a little different because they don't have the turns in a circle. It's just a straight line. You determine how you want to turn. That is kicking up a lot of drivers and is causing them to mess up in that final turn. But Cynthia Gauthier looking fast. She's moving on to the semifinal round. Matt Pagliarulo is unable to knock her down. Up next here, we can already see this race in progress. It's Camden Murphy in the Dragonoid taking on Richie Yatsko in Storm Damage. And your winner is Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. He got on 2 wheels at the end. The last race in round 2 is Adam Anderson and Gravedigger taking on Steven Thompson in the Rod Ryan Show. They are off Adam Anderson. Like I said, another guy who should feel comfortable on this track. He looked fast in round 1. They seem very close right now. You can't really tell from this angle who is winning the race. But he again hits that little turning pole. But it doesn't matter. Steven Thompson cannot knock down Adam Anderson. So we are now in the semi-final round of racing. And we have another Team Fire versus Team Ice matchup in the right lane. It's Tom Benson, Max D Fire taking on Cynthia Gauthier in Monster Mutt Dalmatian Ice. This would be a huge upset if Cynthia could knock out the Professor. This would be one of the biggest wins of her career here in this semi-final round. However, she is not pulling up to the line.
Notice the lighting system. We have one tree light on one side.
So you can see that the trucks are turned off. They press the RII. Must be something going on with Cynthia Gauthier. They're going to restage.
Fire won the stadium championship this season to get an automatic bid.
So they are back and staged again. It's Tom Mentz and Cynthia Gauthier. Let's go green. Semi-final round. The winner of this race will go to the final round of racing. Cynthia Gauthier, a beautiful turn, but Tom Mentz with a slight edge again. The knowledge of this track is paying off for the Professor, and it will lead him to a huge victory. He will go to the final round representing Team Fire. The last matchup here in the semifinals, the winner has a beautiful date with Tom Mentz in the final round. In the right lane is Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. His first time on the track. He's quite the racer. He's doing well tonight. In the left lane, the Rod Ryan Show being piloted by Stephen Thompson. This will be a good matchup. Stephen Thompson, one of the most underrated racers in Monster Jam today. Camden Murphy is well known for his racing. Stephen Thompson is not, but he can still put up a great fight. They seem dead even right now after the first jump. This final turn and jump will determine the winner. Camden Murphy, a little squirrely, but over the jump, it's no question that it is Camden Murphy. So, we're here in the final round of racing today here in Houston. This is going to be one heck of a final round race. We have two of the best racers in Monster Jam today. The winner of this competition will get the first 14 points in the overall event points competition. So, here we go, meeting our contenders in the right lane. He is representing Team Bakugan. He has been one of the best drivers all year long. He was so close to winning multiple World Finals championships. It's Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. In the left lane is the man who trained him and everybody else that has started driving in these previous few years. He has a lot of practice on this track and clearly will have a bit of an edge because of that in this final round. He has been fast all night. It's Tom Meents in Max T Fire. Both of these drivers were a member of Team Fire in the All-Star Challenge. They go head-to-head here in Houston's final round. They have the green. This will be a matchup of mentor versus student. They are dead even after one jump. This final turn, as always, will determine the race. And oh my goodness, your winner is Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid, knocking down the Professor Tom Meents. One of the bigger wins of Camden Murphy's career coming right here, right now, beating Tom Meents on a track that he dominated on for years. Camden Murphy's first ever time on this kind of track beats out the veteran. That was an amazing time. So we start off the two-wheel skills competition with Todd the Duke in Monster Energy. Very interesting that he is coming out first. Let's see if he cooks something up in the laboratory for this two-wheel run. Last time we saw him compete in two-wheel skills was in Glendale. He threw down quite the run. Tyler Duke, Monster Energy, lining up for that jammer. Let's see what he's got for us. He's walking a slap wheel. He's going to jump it over the center pad. Oh no! He bumps into the backflip and that will end him up on his lid. Todd the Duke not able to get it, but you can see a lot of Monster Jam shows like this one, except this one won't actually be on TV, but on the NBC network on TV, you can see all of the Monster Jam shows that take place through the air except for a select few. The next show that will be airing will be in November. It'll be the Monster Jam All-Star Challenge. You're not going to want to miss it. You can hear the man you hear talking throughout most of this show, Scott Jordan. He will be partnered alongside a few drivers throughout the year, and you'll be able to hear them all on NBC. But Todd the Duke got a 4.876, not the score he was hoping for. Coming out second here in two-wheel. Another interesting thing with a better driver coming out early, it is Ryan Anderson in Son of a Digger. Everyone's always excited to see what Ryan Anderson's got for us. Two-wheel skills time for Son of a Digger. He's walking a bicycle down the track. He bumps into a little bump down there. He gets himself settled down. Can't see him because of that ginormous step up. But a good first hit for Ryan Anderson. What you want to look for when judging two-wheel competitions is a completion of 2 hits and a good completion of 2 hits. You want to look for complexity and how long they really held the trick. And if it's a trick that is unique for a driver that has never done that kind of trick before, you should also boost your score. Going for another bicycle here. Oh my, Ryan Anderson going for a wild ride, but he is back on all four Monster Jam BKT tires. Son of a digger putting down two really good hits. The score for Ryan Anderson is a good one. It is a great score of a 8.501. Up next, we have Colt Stevens in Brodozer. He is going to attempt a popper here off of the racing lane. He does not get the kick he was looking for on that very first move, which will impact his scores, I'm sure. But Colt Stevens is still one of the top drivers in Monster Jam. He has so much talent, so much potential. He's here in the diesel-powered Monster Jam truck out in his hometown. He's going for a bicycle, and he gets it on the side, but rolls over his Monster Jam truck. Bulldozer's on its lid. So Colt Stevens, sadly, is unable to save that Monster Jam truck. It's 12,000 pounds, and it's not easy to save, but the score is at 4.998. Bulldozer unable to take the lead from Ryan Anderson. Up next here in the two-wheel skills competition, coming out fourth, it is Brianna Mahan in Whiplash. Going for the backside of the racing lane, a sky wheelie for Brianna Mahan, and she sets it down. A really impressive first hit for the tough girl, Brianna Mahan. This is her third straight weekend driving. Drove in Glendale 2 weeks ago, drove in the All-Star Challenge last weekend, and is out here in Houston. She's got the log in her sight. She's going for another sky wheelie. She sits it down and is walking the wheelie across the top of the pad. Two really good wheelies here in her two-wheel skills run. Brianna Mahan will get an 8.224. That will not give her the lead, but it is a good score for Brianna. Up next here we have Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. He is not a favorable driver in the two-wheel skills competition himself. He favors his freestyle a lot. A good first hit for Bryce, though, a little slap wheelie. You could even ask him yourself. The guy loves freestyling, and two-wheel skills is a difficult thing for a lot of drivers. But Bryce, like many others, has done the best he can to try and make this two-wheel skills competition even more innovative. And this is a move we have seen him do so many times in this competition alone. It is that reverse popper off of a pad. And he gets it into a wheelie. He tries to walk the wheelie up the ramp. It does not work very well. It is not going to be the best of scores for Bryce Kenny, but we will have to wait and see what he does in freestyle. It's a 4.516 for Bryce Kenny. Next up, we have El Toro Loco Ice. This is Scott Buto. He's got a log in his sights. We've seen him go for sky wheelies many times. That wasn't the best of executed sky wheelies, but it was still a good first hit. He's going for the step up, going for a sky wheelie over the top of it. That's something new, a good two hits. His score is a 5.436. Up next here we have Matt Pagliarulo in the turquoise Jester. He is looking to throw down a good two-wheel skills run. Your current leader is Son of a Digger with an 8.501 that has held for quite a few runs now. Matt Pagliarulo flashing this beautiful light blue Jester that'll be running in all of 2020. He'll be kicking off a new decade with a new color. It is quite the eye-popping color here. Looking to hit the jammer, not sure what he is going for. Hitting the jammer, gets some nice air off of it. Wanted to go for a slap wheelie, but the angle was not right. He would have ended up flying over that ramp. Don't want to put that beautiful body in danger in the first hit of his two-wheel run. What is he doing now? There must be a log on that side of that ramp because he is lining up for something on that side of the pod. Matt Pagliarulo of Tomfoolery Motorsports looking to take the lead in a two-wheel skills competition. And it's a solid sky wheelie. He tries to ride a slap wheelie off of the pad, but he does not get it perfectly. But a good two hits will give him a 4.664. Up next, it is Richie Yatsko in Storm Damage. A nice sky wheelie that he hits the rear end on that car stack. That was quite the impressive first hit for Storm Damage. That's a good base for the rest of his run, which is one more hit. Storm Damage rocking a new body. And it's another sky wheelie. A pair of sky wheelies should give a nice score, but it's only a 5.666. Next up here in the Great Eclipse two-wheel skills challenge is Adam Anderson in Gravedigger. Adam Anderson is not known for his two-wheel skills moves, but you never know. Sometimes he'll pull a rabbit out of the hat and will do something amazing. He's lining up for the step up, and he gets an awesome sky wheelie off the step up. Wow! He got some major sky wheelie elevation. Hit number one, got the fans cheering. They're still cheering, and he's got one hit left. He is on the backside of the racing ring. Could be lining up for a popper here. Adam Anderson, oh my, he gets it into a moonwalk. A good run. It's a 9.503. Adam Anderson in Gravedigger takes his brother out of the hot seat. He is your new leader. The Great Eclipse two-wheel skills competition's off to a good start. Next up is Cynthia Gauthier, Monster Mutt Dalmatian Ice. Oh my! She's going on a wild ride, but ends up on her lid. It's a 5.218. She almost saved that puppy, but could not quite get the room for it. Up next is the Rod Ryan Show Monster Jam truck that is piloted by Steven Thompson. Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken is sadly unable to compete here in this two-wheel skills challenge. Hopefully he will get back for freestyle. Steven Thompson has done two-wheel all year long. He competed on a stadium tour, so he should have experience. He gets it into a popper, but does not get any movement out of it. So that's just settled with that first hit being a little popper. This is a really pretty truck, this pink Rod Ryan Show. Going for a bicycle, and it is not the hit he wanted, so Rod Ryan getting a 3.412. Up next is Tom Meents. Keep your eyes on the video board because he's on the other side of the backflip. We won't see him at all from this angle. He gets it off of the backflip ramp. He is walking it back and forth. He sets it back down on top. And he's still going. This technically is multiple hits in one. But he finally gets it walking. Tom Meents and Max D is walking a stoppie down the track. Finally got the kick for it. Sets her down. And the two-wheel skills champion from the World Finals, they do count that as two hits. So Max D is done with that hit.
A Tom Men's specialty. You should hear the fans in section 126.
The score is a 9.417.
.com as well. What kind of score does that deserve? That is some serious control.
I think Tom thought that he had an extra hit, but he really did 2 hits off of that backflip ramp.
At all times. Let's find out what you
He
thought
turns the
about
truck off, and Max D Fire is going to get, I would have said the score, but let's see it on the video board possibly.
The score to beat Adam Anderson.
So the score to beat to 9.503. Let's see if Tom Mentz, the professor, he was the runner-up in racing. He would love to win 2-wheel. It's a 9.417. That'll put him in second for 1 truck left. And that 1 truck is the man who won the 2-wheel skills competition in Glendale 2 weeks ago. It's Camden Murphy in the Bakugan Dragonoid. He is your racing winner, and right now the only driver who can double down. I'm seeing a little pattern in the last 2 shows in which the racing winner comes out last in 2-wheel. They did that in Glendale as well. I'm wondering if that's what they're going to be doing for some of these shows. Obviously not next year because they're going to be going in reverse order of where they finished the week before. He is on the nose. He walks the moonwalk up the ramp and he's walking it back down. What an amazing first hit. He got it into the popper and then he just moonwalked it all the way up. An amazing first hit for Camden Murphy. Let's see if he can follow it up. He's on the backside of the racing lane. Gets it up into a popper, but he does not get the walk out of it. The score coming in is going to be an interesting one because that was a great run with 2 great hits. In my opinion, that was better than Gravedigger, but it's only a 9.303, which means that Dragonoid is not going to win. Your 2-wheel winner is Gravedigger and Adam Anderson. Next up, we have the Monster Jam Freestyle competition, and as you see right there, he sadly didn't compete in 2-wheel, but he's looking for redemption. Nick Pagliarulo in Kraken is freestyling. He hits the racing lane for hit number 1. It is always great to see freestyle. It is everybody's favorite competition. Well, except for a few people, but most people, this is the favorite of the night. Everyone loves freestyle. Nick Pagliarulo has come out first a lot in freestyle in the second quarter, and I must say he does a great job of getting freestyle off to a great start. Like I mentioned before, this is a track that you will be seeing on the Yellow Tour of all of 2020. The first quarter is going to be a blast with this track. He's going for the step up. Huge air. That squid is flying out here in Houston. Nick getting some more big air. He locks up those brakes. Drivers will do that technique with the brake check to even out the truck. Seems like the truck stalled there for a little bit, but it is back and running. Some nice air, and again locking up those brakes. That official term is called a brake check. He's on the rear 2 wheels and it's a little wheelie. The man who started the brake check was Damon Bradshaw all those years ago. He would lock up his brakes mid-air. The truck flattens out so that it doesn't over-rotate or pitch in one direction. And Nick Pagliarulo is utilizing that a lot tonight on 2 wheels. And he has again on 2 wheels, and he saves it. He has less than 30 seconds left, and he's just going to call it quits right there. Kraken, with a great run, is going to get out of the truck, I'm assuming. He may actually continue his run. He's had a lot of big air. He had that little bicycle save. The question is, will he refire? He is not going to. So that is the end of the run. Kraken with a great run. That's a way to start off the competition. You want to see a great run to begin. He had that huge air off of the step up, had a nice save that I'm sure we will see.
Skills challenge. We want to know what you think after each and every drive.
Locking up those brakes, I've seen a lot of improvement from Nick Pagliarulo in this second quarter. He's become a very technical driver. Some really great things. That's a 7.589. Nick Pagliarulo and Kraken kicking things off right. Up next is Richie Yatsko in Storm Damage, off to a good start with that first hit. He almost ended on its lid. This beautiful new body does not want to be destroyed right away. For Richie Yatsko, this is a big stage for him. Getting to drive in Houston in the second quarter is always, it's a huge opportunity because you've got a lot of eyes on you. Most Houston shows are a lot of fun. Well, every Monster Jam show is a lot of fun, but most Houston shows seem to be extra fun. Some big air off of that little ramp, and he's able to flatten that truck out nicely and continue his run. The truck is not broken right now, so that's a plus. They removed the bump from the center of the track that they used in racing to allow for a much more clear floor. Some really nice air that he's throwing for this run. The momentum is not all there. He's not going very fast, but every hit has been good so far. His run is reminding me a lot of some of Matt Pagliarulo runs, where he's not going very fast, but when he gets hits, he's getting big air. Seems like something's not working right. Truck seems to be leaning a little bit to the left. I believe one of the right side wheels, maybe both, aren't working at full power. Oh boy, Storm Damage is on its roof. A good run for Richie Yatsko, but that is not going to take the lead. I don't think it was a good run. He got some big air. His wow moments were definitely sprinkled in.
Scoring code HOU. Who's going to take home the 14 points for the freestyle competition?
Here in NRG Stadium, we have seen two good runs to start off the night. Really going to be difficult to follow up.
Judgeszone.com is where you can tell us what you think.
Let's see where Richie Yatsko is going to finish.
Find out what you thought about Storm Damage. Scores are locked.
I apologize if I've been saying his name wrong all night. He debuted in Omaha last week. It's a 5.707, so Storm Damage is not going to take the lead, but a good run and a good stadium debut for Richie Yatsko. Up next here is Brianna Mahan in Whiplash. She is your 2019 Best Trick Champion from the All-Star Challenge. Brought it home for Team Ice. This girl has no fear. She goes hard every time out. Some more big air. She has turned up the elevation on her hits all year and comboing it up into a nice wheelie. Hitting that ramp, cannot get a slap wheelie out of it, but lining up for the step up, which gives some nice air. That was a nice hit. Getting some more nice air, hit after hit. Brianna Mahan consistently fills the clock with nice air. Oh my, she's going on the sidewalls. Brianna Mahan saving the Whiplash truck. What a move, a wow factor for Brianna Mahan. And she's continuing along on her run here. The nose of that truck is coming off. She is filling this run with some huge air. She's got less than 20 seconds left on the clock. We will have to wait and see what the judges think, but this run has taken the fans by storm. Third out in freestyle has no matter on Brianna Mahan because she is tearing it up. Oh my, going over again, and she is going to run out of time. Here in Houston, put your hands together. Brianna Mahan in Whiplash with a great freestyle run. We'll have to see what the scores are, but I believe that will take the lead. Some nice air right from the start. Combos. She had that big save, but the air was the biggest factor. Dragged the tail on that slap wheelie. Just a great run. This was the big move right here on the sidewalls. Was able to pull it out of that. Rolled over. Had to throw it into a drive to floor it and get out of that save. She had a great run in the World Finals. The score to beat is a 7.589 for Brianna Mahan in Whiplash. The score will be a 9.356, your new leader. Up next in freestyle, he's the captain of Team Ice. It is Scott Buto, Ice El Toro Loco. Some big air for Scott to kick off this run. Oh boy, Scott Buto, a little sidewall save there, was able to get the truck back on all four of those BKT tires. He is hoping for some redemption after last week, a short-lived freestyle in the All-Star Challenge. Coming out here today, his freestyle run looks solid early on. Huge air on the front end of the step up. Representing this Ice El Toro Loco machine. His first year driving this truck, he represents it very well. Getting more big air. Two-wheel skills was not very nice to Scott Buto. We got a 5.436. Good love to go out here in freestyle and get a huge win. We have not seen anybody do a backflip yet. And Scott Buto is the king of the backflip. And as I just said, speak of the devil, the backflip ramp is in his sights. He over-rotates it, but he sets her down. A good hit for Scott Buto. He's on the back end of the step up, cranking it up a notch, landing on the top side. A move he did in two-wheel skills. A good run so far. This Ice El Toro Loco's getting a beating here in Houston. And he is going to cap off his run right there. Quite the run for Scott Buto. Get your hands together. That was an impressive run. The question is, will it beat Brianna Mahan's run? He did the first backflip of the night. He filled his run with various hits. A lot of big air. The momentum was there. Brianna Mahan had a really nice save and big air, but she didn't do a backflip. The question is, will Buto take the lead here in NRG Stadium? He's ripping that shirt open metaphorically. Score to beat a 9.356 for Whiplash. Let's see, this should be a close score.
9.356. And the score for El Toro Loco Ice is...
The score for Scott Buto is an 8.889, just shy of the lead. A tough break but Buto still rocked it out here in freestyle. Nothing to be disappointed about. As you already see and hear on the track, it is Jester, Matt Pagliarulo, the high-flying Monster Jam tomfoolery driver, is looking to do everything he can to win freestyle here in Houston. Big air off the bat, like I mentioned before in Richie Yatsko's run after a nice little slap wheelie, was that Richie's run was very similar to Matt Pagliarulo's. Doesn't have a ton of speed, but the air was there. For Matt Pagliarulo, that is what he is all about, but it seems like that rear axle has broken. His rear wheels are cocked in two different directions. Jester's run's going to be cut a little short, but it was a good run while it lasted. Get your hands together. Jester, not the run he was looking for, but that beautiful blue body will still last in the fans' memory.
Fan scores locked in as well. Tell us what you think. That's a nice lap really right up there on the video board. Remember, use that as a tool when scoring. Scoring is close.
Let's see what happened with this truck.
Matt Pagliarulo Jester with some nice
Oh yeah,
air on the freestyle
demolished that rear axle. It's a 3.984. Next up is Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Getting nice run, getting a nice hit to start off his run. Like I mentioned in the two-wheel skills competition, freestyle is Bryce Kenny's best competition. He does really well. He has won a freestyle competition already this year in Syracuse. He almost rolled over there, but he's got good control of his Great Clips machine, doing a nice job to not flip over. Getting some more nice air crossing over that pod. Nice air again off of that little bump that they made on that side of the track, and continuing it up with some more nice air. Bryce Kenny represents the Mohawk Nation well. He has been driving this truck since 2017, and man, he has been a good representative of this brand. He is a great driver as well. Great Clips is happy to have him on board. Some nice air throwing the truck sideways, but Bryce Kenny going over almost just did a backflip on the ground. But sadly, the truck does not find itself on all four wheels again. But Bryce Kenny finished it off with a bang, huge air, and a crazy crash.
Tell us what you think, just like that BKT tire, to the score you think Great Clips Mohawk Warrior deserves, and then press submit. Few more seconds.
That was a good run.
And scores are locked in.
Very impressed. This last hit here, though, was the downfall. He got huge air, but the truck just did not cooperate with him. A 7.325 is the score. But next up, you can tell by the theme song, the tongue is hanging out. Cynthia Gauthier in the Matsumoto Dalmatian Ice is on the track getting ready to freestyle. And she announces her presence with a little hit off of the racing lane and pops it into a little slap, really. And again, going for the racing lane, starting her run off with two racing lane hits, and then she'll work her way into the middle of the track. Some more big air. We have seen her get some huge moves all year long. She has won multiple freestyle competitions, most recently in MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. She's throwing it into a donut. That is the first donut of the night. So give it up for Cynthia. She is spinning it around in a little spin cycle. Last weekend in the All-Star Challenge came out and went full send mode on her first hit. One of the best runs of the night, almost won the competition, but the weekend before in Glendale. Her truck got caught up and ended a little early. And sadly, that almost happened again, but she saved the truck. Cynthia Gauthier, the queen of big air. She proved that last week by going all out, put her body and truck on the line in the All-Star Challenge for her team. And is showing some of that air tonight. She has less than 30 seconds left. She's going for the front end of that step up, getting more big air. Oh my, almost kicked the truck up again. Oh boy, huge air, and the Dalmatian is winding the clock down, getting big air. The time is up, none of this counts. She spun it into a mini donut at the end of the run. NRG Stadium, what do you think of Cynthia Gauthier's freestyle? It was a good one. The question is, will it take the lead from Brianna Mahan in Whiplash?
Second clock is counting down. If you need some help with scoring, let's talk about that judging criteria. You're looking for a variety of tricks, degree of difficulty, so all of the different obstacles out there.
That ramp is going to be a killer throughout the year. That step up, you're going to see some huge air off of that jump. The question is, who is going to have the courage to first send it? A 7.190 is the score for Dalmatian. Up next, it's Colt Stevens in Brodozer. Colt Stevens is here. It is his hometown show. He wants nothing more than to win freestyle. Let's see if he can do it. The whistling Monster Jam truck is off and running with some big air. Colt Stevens is known for his big air. His days in the FS1 Cletus, he would get some huge air. He shares seat time with the two Diesel brothers. However, next year he may get some more seat time with Diesel Dave driving the Bro Camino. It's difficult to get involved in a Brodozer freestyle though at times because you just can't hear the truck. A feature that is quite lacking from this truck that is not lacking in any other. So that definitely will impact the viewing of the runs. But when Colt Stevens turns it on like this, you're not going to want to take your eyes off of the truck. Beautiful shot of the backflip. And more big air, some of the biggest of the night from Colt Stevens. The man loves to fly high. And even more, just the air out of this guy is insane. There is a mini flip ramp on this track, but that's not what he's going for. He's going for the backflip ramp. And the most perfect backflip I've ever seen. That was beautiful. Colt Stevens just, it landed on all four wheels and just bounced right up and finishing with huge air. Colt Stevens rocking the Silent House in Houston. And this hit doesn't count, but he is trying to whistle your eardrums out. Brodozer's Colt Stevens ripping up the track with a great run. He wanted to go all out in front of his hometown crowd. The fans are loving it. Brodozer is in the house and it is tearing up freestyle. Let's see what the scores will be. The judges' zone scoring is closed and the scores will be on the video board in just a minute.
The excitement was off the rails there when he hit the backflip. He is your hometown boy.
Some big air throughout the entire run. The biggest air of the night combined. Whiplash is leading with a 9.356 in my opinion. Overall, there were two very similar runs, so this should be a close finish. It's an 8.928, which will put him in second. So following that spectacular run from Colt Stevens is going to be Steven Thompson in the Rod Ryan Show. He's kicking off his freestyle. There will be 120 seconds on his freestyle clock. He's going to get the opportunity to try to fill the clock with air, wow moments, maybe even a backflip. You never know what any of these drivers are going to throw down in their Monster Jam freestyle. He is getting nice air. He drove Earthshaker all the first quarter, but he is typically the driver of Hurricane Force. That is the chassis that he is on right now. Little Monster Jam fact, that the chassis of a Monster Jam truck are those metal bars that rest under that pink and black body that you see. That pink and black body right now, the Rod Ryan Show, is just the body of the truck. It sits on the chassis. Just a little tip for those of you who were unaware. But right now, Steven Thompson is making sure that you are aware of what he is doing. He's getting big air, filling the run with a lot of good hits. I'm very impressed with the run he's getting right now. Some underrated elevation. He is seriously putting up a bid for one of the biggest air combinations of the night. Him, Colt Stevens, and Scott Buto are really using this track to get some hang time. Not going for anything else, just flying high, which I will not complain about. He's going for the backflip. Oh my! He can't get it. We didn't see it because of the backflip ramp in the way, and he didn't show the video board. But the Rod Ryan Show ends up on its roof. Sadly, the truck that is so beautiful is not going to get a full backflip. He went for it, but did not get it completed.
We are nearing the end of the freestyle competition. Those scores matter.
Let's see what the scores will be.
The scores are locked.
Steven Thompson won freestyle last week in the Monster Jam event in Omaha, Nebraska. And now with the Rod Ryan Show.
The Rod Ryan truck, we got a 6.488. Not quite enough for the lead, but up next is Camden Murphy and the Bakugan Dragonoid. I mentioned in the Glendale commentary last week and that he is still looking for a full 120-second freestyle run with a backflip that has been solid for the first time in the second quarter. He has not been able to do that just yet. Hopefully tonight his luck will change. Second quarter has been a real tough one for Camden Murphy compared to his spectacular first quarter. It may even put an impact on his finish in the top 50 drivers of the year. Initially, I thought he was going to be the number one driver, but he may be a little bit lower because of this second quarter finish. But we will see. Maybe he can change his fortunes, bring himself back up in the standings here. Hit number 2. It's a good one. In case you didn't know, Camden Murphy in the Bakugan machine, he loves to fly high. He will get some of the biggest air you will ever see, and you never know what he's going to pull out of his sleeve at any given moment. He has a very unique style of driving that you can tell when he's on the track. He cocks his truck differently in the air. He just gets such nice moves. Camden Murphy is personally one of my favorite drivers. He's such a great guy on and off the track. He brings such a life to the sport, and you've got to love seeing those young drivers who are the future of the sport bringing that action. This has been a good run so far, but he hasn't gotten quite the air that we have seen out of him in the past. An awkward hit. Oh my, save it, Camden. And he will. That truck is back at all 4 tires. And some more big air. Quite the launch there going for him. Stoppy, but he cannot get the kick for it. Oh my, some bigger air. This has been quite the impressive run. The Bakugan Dragonoid has 30 seconds left. Some more massive air. He is just flying right now. Another nice hit. That truck is just bouncing all over the place. This is quite possibly one of the best freestyles of the second quarter for Camden Murphy. He's got 2 seconds left and 1, and the clock is filled. A great run for Camden. He will finish off with one of the strongest runs of the night. What a great run he is able to finish off. I've got to believe that'll put up a good fight for the number 1 spot. He filled the clock with some huge air. This very well may take the lead. One of the best runs, if not the best run of the night. So we'll have to wait and see what the fans will judge it.
Let's find out what you thought. Scores are locked.
Camden Murphy, Bakugan Dragonoid with 2 freestyle wins in 20.
The score is a 6.872. Wow. To me, that seems to be a little bit low, but the fans gave it that score, and that'll be what it is. But in my opinion, I think Camden Murphy could have been a lot higher in that score, but it's okay. We'll still remember that run as a good run. But Adam Anderson announces his presence on the track with some huge air. And some even bigger air. Wow, 2 hits. Only 2 hits into this run, and it's been quite the impressive one. Oh my goodness, the hang time that Adam Anderson's getting right now is unprecedented in this competition. I'm very impressed so far. This run, he won Glendale's freestyle 2 weeks ago. Hoping to do it again, and the air right now is amazing. He is throwing that Monster Jam truck all around here in freestyle. You can see those BKT tires spinning and a sky wheelie. You've got to love the energy Adam Anderson brings to his runs. Huge air, the biggest air of the night. Right there for Gravedigger. Oh my goodness! The biggest air of the night. He almost cleared that pod. What is up with Adam Anderson right now? He is tearing it up. Just some incredible air. He's got 30 seconds left. This is on pace to take the lead for sure. Brianna Mahan did get the luxury of coming out early. That is why she's been in the hot seat for so long. Adam Anderson, though, is looking to take her down. Not much time left. She's going to go for a backflip. The time is now. But it seems like he is going to avoid it. The clock is up. His run is finished. He's going to end it after the time with a 6 sky wheelie. What an amazing run for Adam Anderson and Gravedigger entering the ozone layer. Gravedigger with quite possibly the best run of the night.
That truck was all over the place, and what's
Like I said, Brianna Mahan's scores are holding up because she came out so early that the fans have been reluctant to take her out of the hot seat. But right now, Adam Anderson just threw down the run that I believe should take the lead in freestyle, but we will see if it will.
Submit at judgeszone.com, and scoring is closed.
Adam Anderson winning World Finals.
Adam, by far the biggest air of the night. He didn't hit the backflip, which could hurt his scores, but so far, Houston, Texas has gotten a great night. 9.356 is the score to beat. Whiplash is your leader. And it's an 8.564. I've got to disagree with that. I think the fans are not really giving the proper scores right now. I think they got to really, it's a little unfair what they're doing to some of these drivers. Brianna Mahan should not be in the hot seat right now, in my opinion. I just don't think she had the best run of the night. Adam Anderson had some huge air, but there are a few drivers who can hopefully correct that mistake. That first driver out is Todd LeDuc in Monster Energy. He has had back-to-back somewhat disappointing freestyles out in Glendale and in Las Vegas. So if he can change that narrative right now, you know Todd will be a happy camper. Tyler Duke loves to fly high, showing an example of that right there. But that is nothing compared to what we know Todd can do. Tyler Duke in Monster Energy, a native out of Arizona. He is looking to throw down some great moves here in this freestyle run today. Some more nice air, locking up those brakes, something that he learned from Damon Bradshaw. I mentioned that earlier in the day with Nick Bagliarulo and Kraken. A very solid run overall right now for Todd LeDuc. He's going for the backflip ramp. Monster Energy hitting the Monster Energy backflip ramp. He breaks his rear axle. Save it, Todd. Yes, he does. What a great move. And that'll be the end of the run.
Put those hands together for Todd LeDuc.
Todd LeDuc, a great run. Some good air. He hit the backflip. I don't think this should take the lead, however. It did not fill the clock, but a good round moment. You never know what the fans will give it. Todd LeDuc filled his run with some nice air. However, I don't think he got the air that he was hoping to get. I think he was going to turn it on after that Monster Energy backflip ramp.
Todd LeDuc won the Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle Championship in 2014.
He is a two-time World Finals champion, and he is looking to take down Brianna Mahan, who leads with a 9.356. Todd LeDuc's score will be coming in right now. It's an 8.503. Not going to take the lead, it'll put him in 5th. There are 2 trucks left though, and one of them is the runner-up in the racing competition and the freestyle competition. So, you know what that means is that Tom Meents, he doesn't want to be the second man right now. He wants to be the star. Right now, Tom Meents is looking to steal the hearts of the fans here in Houston off with some nice air. Oh my! Oh my goodness! What a move to start off the run! Comboing up the air with a stoppy Max D is already looking fire. Some more nice air. Tom Meents has driven on a great deal of tracks in his career. He has so much knowledge of how every single jump in Monster Jam works. He knows how to hit what ramp with what type of speed to get a certain move. And he's filling his run right now with some great air. We'll see if that'll continue as this night goes on. Oh my, another nice leap. So far, Tom Meents is filling the track up. He's got great momentum, combos, air, you name it. Tom Meents has had it in his run, everything but a backflip, but it's not quite backflip time just yet. Hitting the rear end of the step up, oh my! That was the biggest air of the night. He followed it up with a mini slap wheelie. An even bigger air. I can't believe what Tom Meents is doing right now. Can he save the truck? Oh my goodness. Oh, he cannot. Max D is not going to get a crazy save in back-to-back regular stadium shows. The captain of Team Fire proving why he is the captain and why he's the professor, but it was not a full run. It should get a pretty good score, but I'm not sure if that Monster Jam freestyle will take the lead. You can see those BKT tires are just on the ground, but not the way they should be. He got big air. He started the run off with a nice round moment with the stoppie, but I must say, Tom Meents and Max D, the Monster Jam King, the 12-time World Finals champion, looking to take the lead from Brianna Mahan in Whiplash. 9.356 is that score to beat that Brianna holds. Tom Mentz, the score coming in. It's an 8.334, just not enough for the lead. But that leaves all but one. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger announcing his presence, not wasting any time. He said, I'm coming for you, Brianna. This freestyle is mine. He won freestyle the weekend before in the All-Star Challenge, and you have to believe that he is looking to go back-to-back weekends here in Houston, Texas. Oh my, following in his brother's footsteps with colossal hang time. Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger is known for just absolute dominance on the freestyle track. Let's see what he's got for us today. Cross-threading that jump and a beautiful landing. Ryan Anderson has absolute control of that beast every single time he's out on the track. And cross-threading the step up with even bigger air. This may end up being the best track for freestyle next year. And Ryan Anderson, oh my, he's rolling over. Can he save it? He's on the sidewalls, and Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, a huge save. And cross-threading again, like I was saying, this track, oh my goodness, a huge move. He's gonna have to throw it in reverse after that crazy wow factor. And even bigger air, just launching the truck. He's got a flat tire. It is popped. No backflip for Ryan Anderson, but no worries. That was one impressive run. The last freestyle run of the night was by Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger, and he absolutely crushed it. Brianna Mahan's gotta be sweating a little bit. Some saves, some air, and Ryan Anderson left a little under 25 seconds on the clock. That may impact his scoring. Let's see if the madman himself can take the win.
2018 at Monster Jam World Finals. He was a freestyle champion. Great run for him tonight.
Let's see if the fans judged him enough to take the lead.
Take a look up at the video board on NRG Stadium. The score to beat tonight, Brianna Mahan.
Score to beat to 9.356. It's either Brianna Mahan winning freestyle or Ryan Anderson winning freestyle. This will be a mega close. It is a 9.422. Your winner of freestyle here in NRG Stadium is Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger. What a run. He tore up the truck. He tore up the track. And what a great freestyle showing for Ryan. Came out second in two-wheel. He was able to finish fourth. And racing was not his friend tonight, getting knocked out in round one. So 2 straight freestyle wins for Ryan. Maybe he will finish that streak tonight in Arlington, Texas, or he will continue it along and have 3 in a row. You'll find that out next weekend.
I'm going to tell you right now, the reason why I drove that truck like that is because of you guys. All these sponsors, all these partners, they're great. They keep us on top. But if it weren't for each and every single one of you guys paying your hard-earned money to get those tickets and buy all that merchandise, I see every bit of it. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't do what I do. I did it for you guys, and I will always do it for you guys, and I promise you, Anderson and I are going to keep coming back and keep tearing it up for you guys. But I want to hear it one more time, Houston. Who had a good time at Monster Jam tonight?
You have got to love the energy that Ryan Anderson brings to the table. He goes all out in every single freestyle. You know that you're never going to see Son of a Digger on all 4 wheels running perfectly at the end of a run. You're never going to see Ryan Anderson drive the truck off the track and in a full piece. So An amazing show. Next weekend, you can catch Arlington 2019, and then we're going to have the Monster Jam All-Star Challenge 2 weeks after that, and then we're going to go back to some even more throwback shows. So, are you ready, Monster Jam fans? We are wrapping up second quarter quickly, and I hope you are so excited to see how it is going to finish. I'm looking forward to Arlington. Going to be a fun time, but I hope you all enjoyed it. I'll see you next time.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me, even if it's